Hey folks, welcome to a new episode of Third Eyesight. This week, I want to talk about the approval seeker and the approval trap. Seeking approval from other people is not in and of itself a bad thing. Our human minds, our brains need feedback from other humans so that we know that, oh, that is not an appropriate thing to do in front of other people, or that's something we do at home. We don't do out in public, little Sam. Or when you throw sand at your classmates, they don't like it. It's not nice, so you shouldn't do it again. Seeing the feedback from other children, other people in our lives, give us an indication of what is right sometimes and what is wrong sometimes, or how we should respect other people's boundaries. So there's a healthy way to seek approval from other people, very healthy way. The approval seeker that I'm naming it the approval seeker, is an extreme character, an extreme version of that. It's the part of you that says, I need to be accepted to feel good enough. I need to be accepted by somebody else to feel lovable, to feel like I'm worth someone's time, to feel like I'm worthy of being someone's boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, lover, or someone's child, that I'm a worthy son or daughter, and I'm a worthy sibling, or a worthy coworker. You fill in the blank. And childhood conditioning and trauma can have a lot to do with this, and this is something to be talked about with a therapist or in talk therapy, when it comes to going in the past and seeing how our beliefs about ourselves today are shaped by our past. That's what therapy is for, which I highly recommend. It's helped me immensely, probably saved my life, if I'm being honest. So when it comes to body image beliefs, we just talked about the approval seeker. Let's go into body image beliefs. Again, beliefs about our bodies can come from our childhood, can come from the communities we grow up in or that we're part of today, can come from even religion sometimes. Sometimes religions can have commentary about what the human body should do or should not do, especially for many of you with a uterus and many women. Being told what you should do with your body. Your body's meant to procreate, they say. And that's what your worth is based in. So many different messages from different parts of our lives can shape how we view our bodies and what purpose our body serves. Seeing images in the media, seeing images in commercials that implicitly show us what a hot body looks like, what a good-looking person looks like, and we're comparing ourselves to that, right? Being told by other people you're too skinny, or you're too fat, you're too short, you're too tall. And to be honest, whatever descriptor we want to put in that blank, too, T-O-O, too, blank, anything. No matter what we are, we're always going to be too much of something to somebody, according to their opinion, right? And everyone has an opinion. But hearing those things, again, can really shape how we view ourselves, how we view our bodies. And we make our bodies mean so much about our self-worth. So if we're relying on other people's opinions about our bodies to make us feel good about our bodies, then we're relying on other people's opinions to determine how worthy we feel of being a sexy partner, of being a proud child of a parent, of being a friend, a worthy enough friend in a friend group that we're trying to fit into. It's a lot of pressure to put on yourself, right? But I want to tell you something. Changing your body does not fix the approval seeker at all. Rarely it does. I'll give you rarely. It rarely does. But this is the thing. Even if you reach your physical goal for your body, the approval seeker is still there. Because you haven't addressed your mental fitness. You've addressed your physical fitness. Let's say you get snatched, go to the gym, you got the abs, you got the booty. You addressed your physical fitness if that's your goal, but you haven't addressed your mental fitness. We can stretch the limits of our bodies, right? And do all the work in the gym. But we must also stretch the limits of our minds, those self-limiting beliefs. And if we do one without the other, if we focus on physical fitness but not mental fitness, then we're just going to keep coming back to that approval seeker. We can't ignore our brain and the self-limiting beliefs that live there. I will be very vulnerable and say that I still struggle with body image issues. And I'm here as a life coach focusing on body image with other people. And I'm not going to pretend that I have it all figured out, that I completely love my body every day. Right now, I am on a big health kick this past year and into the next. Well, I would like to keep this going as my lifestyle, but I want to lean out a little more because I feel like I'm going to like my body when I lean out a little more. Now, I'm not proud of that sometimes because I want to be proud of my body right now as it is. And I do like my body. Do I love my body? I can't say I 100% do. Some days I do. Some days I don't. And that's normal. And I want to normalize that. And the fact that I want to lean out in my physical form doesn't mean that I believe that is the definition of perfection for the human body. It's the standard I hold myself against. And I think there's a difference, though, of me having a physical goal. Me having a physical goal for my body and trying to achieve that physical goal so I can get other people's approval. I'm going to say that again because it might have sounded confusing. There's a difference between me having a physical goal for my body and doing it because I'm going to like what I see in the mirror, or I like the feeling of making progress towards what I want to see in the mirror, versus having a physical goal for my body because I want to attract other people. I want to get other people's approval, or I want to get my boyfriend's approval, my family's approval, etc., etc. That's the difference. Is it always clean cut? Like, am I always, I'm doing this for myself all the time? No. That voice comes in sometimes. The approval seeker comes in and says, well, your boyfriend may not like that part of your body tomorrow, or people on the street are going to look at that part of your body. Those guys at the gym are judging that part of your body. That voice comes in often, and I am not convinced that it's ever going to 100% completely go away. But there's learning to live with it and dialing down the volume of that voice. Dialing down the volume of the approval seeker. So this isn't about fixing the approval seeker. I said before, changing your body doesn't fix the approval seeker. Nothing 100% fixes it. But working on your mental fitness, your mental well-being, will turn that volume dial very down on that approval seeker. Because this is the thing. If you focus so much on your body and the goals you have for your body, but you never addressed the self-limiting beliefs of your approval seeker, no matter what body form you have, you're always going to criticize it. You're always going to feel like it's not enough, or that you have to continue keeping up a standard for yourself that can sometimes be very hard to keep because our bodies change as we get older. We get sick from the flu. We go on vacation and miss the gym. We miss the gym because something is happening in our lives that needs to occupy our time. And so if we don't have ourself, the safety of ourself to come back to, because when our approval seeker is the loudest voice in the room, our own self, capital S self, doesn't feel always safe to be with, to rely on. Because we confuse our capital S self with the approval seeker. Because all we hear is the approval seeker. But if we work to dial down the volume of the approval seeker, then we are more in touch with our capital S self, and thus have a safe place to go to when the going gets tough and we have to miss the gym for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks because someone is sick and we have to take care of them, or we're sick, we have to take care of ourselves. This is what it's all about. It's not about completely obliterating the approval seeker. It's about turning the volume down so it's not running your life. changing your body does not fix everything. What addresses what addresses the approval seeker, what helps to lower the volume of that voice is working on your mental well-being. And that's something that I highly recommend doing with a therapist, to talk about your childhood and the things you heard and learned from the adults in your life that made you believe that some part of you, or maybe that all of you, is not good enough, and how to challenge those beliefs from your childhood or from the past. And then working with a life coach to focus on the new messages you want to tell yourself, how you want to take care of your body while honoring it and loving it, how you want to change the script moving forward for yourself. These combined can help bring that approval seeker voice way down. So to recap, yeah, we need feedback from other people to function as a human being. That's part of being human. It's like when we're a little child and we start to walk and we see our parent is very proud of us, right? And then the second time we walk, we look to our parent to be like, you're proud of me, right? Like, that was good, right? And then it encourages us. But when we base other people's approval, or we base our self-worth in other people's approval, we don't have that capital S self to rely on. That safety of self to rely on. And with the help of looking back to look at where we got conditioned to believe something about ourselves, and then doing the work to look forward to how are we now going to talk about ourselves? How can we have someone hold us accountable, like a life coach, for being good to ourselves and changing the script? With these things, this is how you lower the volume on that approval seeker. So I hope that this inspires you to kick that approval seeker in the butt a little bit, or try and change the script for yourself. Change the talk script that you have in your brain. And to focus not only on your physical fitness or your physical well-being, which are important. It's important to focus on your physical health. But don't ignore your mental health. Don't ignore your mental well-being and fitness. Because I feel like, at least for me, that's been half the battle, or most of the battle, is my mental well-being. It is the lens through which we see everything, including ourselves. And if our lens is dirty, if it needs a good rub of the lens, a good cleansing, and we're not doing that, we're going to keep seeing ourselves, no matter what the picture is in front of us, no matter what picture we have of ourselves that we're working with, we're going to see it in a distorted way. So take care of that mind. Take care of that brain. I leave you with that. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. This podcast is really about helping you trust your own intuition and step into your power. If you'd like to work with me directly, you can learn more at juanfrancisco.co. That's juanfrancisco.co. And please remember to subscribe to the podcast and share it with a friend.